Hi, I'm Noel Tofino from My Accounts. I'm really excited to be joined by Claire Taylor, one of the owners from My Property Circles. Claire, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Noel. Thank you for having me.
I've been really keen to chat to you about this because there's a lot of things I love about your business. The main thing was this feeling of community that you've got, and it's permeated through your whole business, top down. I love that kind of grassroots approach. So based on that, can you tell me, is that right? And where did that come from? And tell me about My Property Circles.
A group of people a few years ago came together and decided, I'm not going to be able to do this by myself. And this was our co-founder, Nicola, and her friends. So what we're going to do is come together as a group and try and buy property together with the aim, if we can put in a small bit of the deposit each every year, we could build up a portfolio of properties. We could buy them in different cities or different towns, different states, and sort of diversify the risk a little bit so that if one crashes, another one's going to be okay. And basically what we have done is built a community. Like you said, we've got a whole range of experts who we work with. So people from accounting, bookkeepers, lawyers, mortgage brokers, property buyers, and My Property Circles basically brings all those people together to wrap around a group of people to help them to buy property together.
You mentioned before that there are complexities, legalities and things like that around the structure that you've created. And to do so, you've gathered this curated list of experts. What is it about what you've created that's got this really engaged group of, so we talk frequently. I've been networking with them as well, and it's all been very organic and very natural.
Basically, our whole philosophy is we're going to make the complex process really simple and really easy. We've found partners who share that philosophy, where customer service and particularly having a tech focus in the way that we deal with customers and making sure things are efficient as possible.
Taking the community aspect a step further, we have this program called Bricks for Chicks, which is pretty epic. Can you tell me about this and how this came about?
So Bricks for Chicks is the brainchild of our founder, Nicola. She had a friend who went through some difficult circumstances, and a lot of women will go through this, a difficult time where they may have walked away from a situation with not a lot of finances, and she wanted to help her friend. She said, why don't you buy into My Property Circle? And her friend said, look, Nick, I won't even be able to get that $20,000 deposit together. Bricks for Chicks was born. Basically, it's providing match funding up to $10,000 for any woman, and we don't discriminate. Any woman can apply for match funds that they don't have to pay back until the properties in the circle are sold. It's just helping women get that boost up, and so we want to find those women, get them that foot in the door, and then hopefully once they've got some rental income, some passive income sort of coming in from that circle, then they'll be on their way to buying a second or third property.
Kind of getting towards the more accounting or the back office side of My Property Circles. I felt that in these meetings, it was particularly important. It was pushed that everyone do everything they can to be tech forward and to really think about efficiency. So what was the big driver behind those kind of decisions?
Our unique value proposition as a company is that we want a complex process to be absolutely simple, easy, and the way that we see that can happen is through technology. So we're building a platform where you can jump on as a member, you can see all of your partners, so you can, for example, have a message in there from your accountant, you can see everything that's happening with your property all in one easy place. And, part of the risk for people, I think, in buying with others is if they don't know what others want, but the way to overcome that risk is with full transparency.
Flipping the view and being like, yes, I'm one of the owners, but I'm also a customer and a user, and focusing on that user experience and trying to refine that from that perspective and building from that side, I think is a really smart thing to do, and it makes a lot of sense. So we're using Xero across all the circles, and so the small part that we're part of is where we provide management reporting and reconciliation and management reporting across the circles, then back up into head office. The importance of governance to you and that, tell me about that and about how you kind of go about managing governance for this kind of growing entity.
They're each their own business. They're making their own decisions and they're setting their own rules. They're coming together as an organisation, and then we're supporting them to buy that property. That's where governance becomes absolutely essential. So they can have meetings twice a year. Through the technology, we can send them out decision making, so that all of the decisions they've made of, do we buy this? How much are we investing this year? Do we want to do this renovation on one of our rental properties? All of that stuff is captured. All of those decisions are captured properly, and all of the circle members can have confidence in the fact that they're running their circle correctly. Efficient bookkeeping once a month, using Xero, again, plays into that accountability, transparency. If a Circle member sends off their tax return at the end of the year to their own personal, accountants, there's going to be nothing hidden. There's going to be nothing they didn't realise was happening in their Circle because they're making all the decisions themselves.
How do the people viewing this, where they want to learn more, where do they go?
We would love you to jump onto mypropertycircles.com. We're also running webinars about once a fortnight at the moment, also on our website, and you can jump on our Facebook and look at any of the previous webinars that we've run. So what we're trying to do is to get our experts on. You'll be up soon, Noel. One at a time, we'll have an accountant on, we'll have a legal expert on. We've got our Circle manager, and she's personally been in the Property Circle for 7 years. We have our buyer's agent, and sort of one at a time they jump on a webinar, can answer all of your questions about how we make buying property as simple as easy as possible.
Good. Claire, thank you so much. If I haven't made this abundantly clear, my account, myself, we love your business. We love everything you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us. And to everyone watching, thanks again for joining us, and I will see you next time.